Hello friends, Shay here. Welcome to Monday, November the 23rd, 2015 at 5:08 p.m. Hubby and Benny's at work. Elizabeth did not have to work today. She's been home all day other than running to the store real quick earlier today. She's in yonder, reading, I think, on the couch in the living room. Now let's see, there's some things I had in mind I was going to tell y'all about. Let me see if I can remember what they all are. Okay, I've been working and doing, and I got a few more things accomplished, and I'm tickled about that. So Charlotte, I got your state pocket letter finished. Well, it's over there. It's sealed up in its envelope, ready to mail. So as soon as I get the money, I'll mail that off to you. Which, I've made the video showing that already. By the time you see this, you should have seen that video showing you the state pocket letter. I hope you like it. It's a kooky, crazy one. It was hard for me to do and put together. I just, for some reason, could not get it worked out and figured out for some reason. Okay, but that's done. So now I have 2 more state pocket letters to do. One lady from Facebook and another lady on YouTube that I owe those to. I'm going to work on those slowly and hopefully get them done, and then I can do Courtney's regular pocket letter. And then, to me, that catches me up on a long time owed pocket letters. But recently I have received pocket letters from Angela, and I think 2 from Aunt Bill. Aunt Bill, she don't care. She lives by herself. She gets lonesome. She just wants to craft. She loves making pocket letters, so she just makes them and sends them, whether I make one and send back or not. Oh. So anyway, let me look. I'll be right back. I want to see if I can't remember. It seemed like there was somebody else. Okay, no, sorry about that, but I had to look. That's all I owe for. But like I said, those are recent. And me and Angela has talked about it. I'm going to wait until after the 1st of Christmas. The 1st of Christmas. The 1st of the new year. You know, let all the holidays and everything get over with. And then I'll work on hers and send hers to her. She's okay with that. Bill's going to have to be okay with it too. She can make me 100 and send them to me, I guess, if she wants to, and just whenever I can, I'll make it and send her more. But I will make Courtney's. Once I do these last 2 state ones, I'll make Courtney's regular pocket letter and send it to her, so that I am caught up on all that. Then I can start moving on to other things. Now, I am forgetting, there is something. Y'all probably hear the washing machine. I'm washing my clothes. I feel like there is something that I had in mind that I wanted to tell y'all about. Maybe show y'all. I've showed y'all that we changed our bedroom around and got my dresser and everything out of the hallway, didn't I? Yeah. Y'all seen the Christmas tree and the garland on the mantle. Y'all seen the floor in the living room. I don't know, I guess there's nothing else there other than this. But I sure feel like there was something else I was going to show y'all. I not know. Okay. down again. Hang on. So, I did show y'all that I got the sketchbook and the paint kit, right? I think so. So, remember my conversational 3-part videos? And remember me telling y'all about Shannon Green and a video of hers that she done and I watched where she done a certain, I forget what she called it now, some type of, really and truly, it was a mystery challenge another lady done and Shannon done it. And it was to do techniques, journaling by 5, so it was like in a journal. And it was collagen type stuff. And I fell in love with it. I really loved it. I felt like it was kind of a guide for me to go by, something I could really do. And although Shannon, I think, added a little bit of paint to hers, painting was not really one of the techniques in it. And also the other lady that made the challenge up, she also done a little bit of painting. So it don't really have painting in it. So I didn't use any painting at all. Well, I take that back. I did use a little bit of painting on the, on the back page, because the lady said to do something to the back page, not leave it blank. On day 5, you have like 2 or 3 things to do on day 5 to kind of finish it up. One of them is to do something. And she said that was kind of like called free play. She didn't care. She didn't give you anything specific. Whatever you wanted to do on the back side, if you just wanted to paint over it, just to have put something on that page instead of it being blank. So I did that. I have some puff paints, so I used puff paint on mine. And I wished I was a better drawer, because this looks pitiful. But anyway, childish. So other than the puff paint on the back of the page, mine has no paint on it. And I know I was talking about paint, and I'm wanting to get into paint, and I'm excited about that too. Still am. I got my kit. I'm going to do some painting. But I also really wanted to do this. So I've done it. I am pleased with it. I am excited about it. I still want to do more, because every time you do each of those steps, it turns out different. You know, it's not like you're doing the same exact page over again. You'll see when I show you and explain the techniques. Okay, so I've done it, and I'm going to show you my page first. I'm going to show you the front of it, and I'm going to show you the back of it. Then I will go over with you and explain each technique that we had to do on the 5 days. Now, I did mine all in one day, as well as Shannon did. She wanted to do it, but she didn't get to do it on the 5 different days the first lady done it on, because she was busy with other things. So by the time she got to it, the other lady had finished the 5 days and had finished hers. Well, even right now, like me, anybody can come across those videos and watch them and decide they want to do that and do it. You know, no big deal. It's not like it's over and closed out and you can't do it. You know, it's nothing that costs money. It's free. So, that's how Shannon done hers all in 5 days. But the first lady that made it up, thought it up, and did it, she did one step one day, the second day she did another step, third day, you know, all for 5 days like that. Okay. So, and in doing it that way, unless you cheat, I actually think the lady, she even did that herself. I mean, the first day, the step you have to do, she went ahead, she makes it sound like it's a mystery and you don't do that. But she did. She went ahead and picked out the certain page. Shannon also did the same thing, so I did the same thing. Because I wanted to make sure, and it took me a while to pick it out. You'll understand when I tell you. I wanted to make sure that there would be something in there that I would be able to work with and do. So, but I would like to try, even though I'm scared, I would be scared too, but I would like to try to not pick out the certain page and just grab a page and glue it on. That's your first step. I'll tell you what kind of page in a minute. And then the next day you do the next thing, and that's where you're picking out what to work with from that page. And so it's a surprise. You have no idea what it is. But I mean, it might be hard. What if there's nothing in there that somebody like me could work with? Other artists out there, they could probably find something, you know, but me, I don't know. It has to be certain little simple things or whatever. I don't know. You'll see. I may be confusing y'all. Okay. I'm going to show y'all my page. Are you ready? Are you ready? It's collage work, people. It may look silly and stupid. It may look childish. But this is what that lady who is older sounds like. And by her hands and arms, she looks older than Shannon. So, there you go. And she came up with this. So, people do in journal work. They do a lot of collaging with magazine pictures and stuff they cut out. And that's what this is. So, this is my first page. I hope y'all can see it good. Tell me what you think. Now, it has this. Okay. And then let me turn the page and show you my back side. And this is what I was talking about, about I can't draw straight. Ain't that a fine dandy heart? That's probably the most perfectest, professionalist heart on this earth. Ain't it? I'm the best heart drawer. But look how crooked that thing is. Lord have mercy. The first loop I went with, you know, right here on this side is fine. If I could have got this side to look like that side, but no, I can't do things like that. So see, this is the second page. Oh dear God, I wish that wasn't backward like that for me. But there you go. Okay, now I'm going to explain the techniques to you. Okay, so on day one, the first step, let me get up close to my camera here. The first step, nose stitching. Y'all see this right here? That is a book page. A page out of a book that you would read. But it's an old book I got at a rummage sale or a thrift store or something like that that I intend on using for stuff as this and journaling and to make a journal book with and stuff like that. Okay. So the first technique, what we had to do the first day was tear a book page out of a book and glue it onto our page in our journal. So, now the first lady and Shannon both, they didn't just do a page, they also had cut a quote. They had a quote that they cut out that went along with that page they used. They cut it out small and glued it kind of more on top of the page. So this is mine. Now what I did, the book that I took the page out of, the story is talking about love letters. So the name of that chapter where I took this page out of was Love Letters, and if I say this right, this is how I say it, a la carte. That's probably the wrong way to say it. that was the name of that channel. So I cut that out. I used that like that was my quote. And I put that up here. Okay? So that was what you done on the first page. I mean on the first day. And that was all. Then you put it up, you went on to something else and waited on the second day. That's what the First Lady intended. Now like I said, Shannon did it all in one day on video, and I did it all in one day, not on video. Wanted to make sure I could do it, my first one, you know. And then I'm showing y'all, and I'm going to explain it to you. Later I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to try to do it on video for y'all to watch me. Okay. So, first day, tear a book page out, glue it on your page, along with a quote or something like that with it. Alright, the second day, all we had to do, she called it analyzing that page, that book page. We had to read the book page. We had to decide what we liked the best out of that page, what drawed our attention to that page. Okay? When we found it, we had to, she called it highlighting it. I call it drawing a ring around it, but that's what she done. I think she did lightly. She had some like some colored pencils, or it might have been, some people use these painting pencils, and she may have had it could have been like a light watercolor paint pencil that she kindly lightly filled in the inside. It was still where you could read it. You know, she didn't cover the words up, but I didn't think I could do that without covering the words up, so I just kind of made the ring around mine. So this is mine, and then the name of the chapter, I went around it because they also lined over their quote. So that's what you did. That was the step for the second day. I have a feeling this is going to go over 20 minutes and be 2 videos I'll have to put together, because I don't know how to hurry things up. I go into detail. So I am going to read to you what I picked out. Alright, of course, the name of that chapter, Love Letters a la Carte, or however you say that. The quote I picked out was, now this may not sound like it should be a love letter, but it's in a love letter. Stories, you know, the story's talking about different kinds of love letters. Okay, so this little part, and it's not even a whole sentence, it's only part of a sentence. It's one of them long sentences that has a lot of commas behind each thing that you're naming, you know. I didn't use them all because I wasn't interested in all of them. I was only interested in this part. So, and you would probably have had to be busy on board tying knots or fixing the compass on the poop deck. So what would have been the use? That was what I chose and what I circled. Hold it up close if y'all want to pause it to read it yourself. Y'all can right here, right now. I'm giving y'all a minute to do that. Okay, so that was what you did on the second day. The third day, the technique you had to do was the thing you chose and circled along with your quote. And what they had was, okay, let me think about this. The First Lady, the one that made this up, she just chose one. Hers was talking about a pocket and how pockets were made, but it was talking about this little girl, I think on a farm, that worked on a farm, and I think she got hers kind of like out of a, I started to say poem book, but no, it's a book where you learn about things, like you learn all about pockets. That's what she was saying. So this little girl was on a farm and she was working, but the type dress she had on, she had this big pocket, and she was collecting things and putting them in her pocket. And the little girl's name, it was a weird name, you know, one of them old-fashioned names, but this lady loved the name. So she chose a picture out of a magazine of a little girl. She said she looked like a, and said that name. So that's the only picture she used, and it was kind of referring to the little girl and the name. But she was also kind of going by using the pocket a little bit. She didn't have a picture of a pocket, but when we get to the other days and techniques, I'll explain that. Yep, we're fixing to go over 20. Okay, now the second video is starting. Okay, so, and my light dimmed, so let me fix that. Okay, so first day we got a book page, glued it on our page. Second day we read and analyzed and picked something out and circled it. Third day we had to look through magazines or any kind of pictures that we had collected and cut out, or if we find it in a magazine, cut it out then, that goes along with what we chose and circled here. So the thing in here was knots. Remember, she was saying he probably had to tie knots on the ship. Okay, I have a couple of old Avon books, and I got these out of an Avon book. I had to cut them very small for it to fit in this small book. So this black part right here, this if I can get my finger right, that whole thing right there is one picture. The black thing right here, I had to cut it way off like that. That's a purse. Thank you. That right there, am I going right, is the strap of the purse, and it comes down like this on this corner. That's my phone. I'm getting a text. It'll hush in a minute, hopefully. Thank you. Okay, so this thing right here, this black and white thing, is a scarf, and it is tied in a knot right here on the handle of that purse. So that's my knot, one of them. Because I also found another, it was a pink purse, and there was two different scarves. One was like a white and one was a pink, and they were tied together in a knot on this purse's strap. So I don't know if you can tell that. I had to cut it real small too. Okay. In another magazine I had, because what I was saying about the lady, she used the picture of the little girl, but like I said, she used something to represent the pocket too. Shannon, she had picked two words out of her saying. One was I, and another one was a lily, a flower. So she has a lot of cutouts, and she has cutouts of people's eyeballs, their eyes. You know, a magazine that has a person in it, she cuts their eyes out and she saves them. She's crazy sometimes, but I love her. I love watching her. But she's a good crazy. It's a good fun crazy. Now I've got to pause this, and it's going to be 3 videos. I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. That was my husband calling. And I just thought of this too. I may be explaining all this to y'all, and after that other video where I first told y'all about it, y'all may have went and watched Shannon's video, and you may know what all this is about by now. I don't know. But anyway, so I picked out my pages. You know, that's my knots. 2 of them for Lord, I wish that I could do this right. Why they make it for me to see it backwards, I don't know, but it sure is aggravating me. See, the little things bother me. Alright. Not. So, I was saying, I believe Shannon did an eye and a lily flower. She had a bunch of flowers cut out, and she even had a lily flower. So she used her lily flower, and her eye picture, and glued them on her page. And so I'm using the knot, and the fact that the letter, the story, the page is about love letters. So letter, I used that. So I had another magazine. And yeah, part of the corner of it over here was cut out already for some reason. I don't know why. But it's a mail bag, and it shows it's spilling out a bunch of mail all around, and it says U.S. mail. So that means letters. So that's my picture for letter. Also, the beginning of the chapter where the name was there was a big picture. I had to cut it out very small and narrow. But it was a lady, and she was sitting there, and she had paper and letters all around her, and it looked like she was writing letters. And it looks like she's stumped, and she's thinking about what to write next. So this is her. She's got her hand on her face. She's holding her pencil here, and her paper's down here. And I had wanted y'all to see all the letters around her, but I couldn't do it to make it fit. If I had a bigger pad, you know, or journal, I probably could have, but this I had to cut out small enough to use. So that's my pictures that goes along with the sayings. So the third day is pick the pictures that goes along with those and collage them onto your page. Third day. Alright, the fourth day is you had to put a border around it, okay? So the lady that started this, her border was, it looked like it was a piece of crayon, brown crayon, but it could have been, because I think some of them painters has, but it was a big old hunkin'. It was a small piece like this, but it was really thick round. It wasn't like a little bitty crayon, you know, it was really thick round. And I think it's paints. And so I think that's where she used a little bit of paint. She took that and she colored just a brown border around hers. Then she took a pen and she doodled some vines and leaves all in that. So that was her border. Shannon, when she did hers, her flower lilies was actually from a napkin. And that same napkin had a little border on it. And she had 2 or 3 of the same napkin. So she was able to cut enough off to use that as a border all the way around her page. So for my border, I looked through my stickers. And I had some little bitty round stickers of pencils. Now I didn't... Can y'all see that? It's kind of dark, isn't it? Where can I make the light shine on that? Y'all see that pencil? Okay, I would have loved to. I started out trying to do that. I should have thought before. But at the bottom, see here how I started out with them real close? I wanted it like that all the way around, real close. But then I got to realizing I'm not going to have enough. So what I done is after that, if I can get to the right spot, I kind of started spacing out a little bit more. And then I realized I still ain't going to have enough. So I put 1 in each corner for sure. Okay. And then I put 1 in the middle there. 1 there. And my light dimmed again. Give me a minute. And 1 here. And I hope y'all are seeing those. I think that's 1 right there. Just kind of trying to space them out. There's 2 right there. 1 just above that one. But anyway, I didn't have enough to go all the way around. So then I took an ink pen, a red ink pen, what I trimmed it with. Actually, it was a different one, but still kind of the same color. And y'all can see I went from each pencil sticker, you know, jaggedly, just kind of doodle line, wiggly line, you know, and through each one of those and up to finish out my border and across. Okay, so that's my border. And that was day 4. Now, day 5 is the last day. And there's 2 or 3 things you had to do on day 5. The main thing was to fix an interaction part on there. Okay, the lady that started this, her interaction pocket was a pocket. But you know the little net see-through blue and pink little bags that has the drawstrings? She used 1 of those, and she stapled only the back side of it to her book so that you actually could open it up, because she collected little bitty trinkets and things and put inside of it. But that was her interactive part on the page. Okay, she did that. Shannon I actually took another cute little piece of paper she had, and she only glued the very top corner of it over her part that she picked out and highlighted. She glued it over the top, and it was laying over it, and it was a pretty little thing, but you could lift it up, the flap, and was able to read the thing, you know. So that was her interactive part. My interactive part, letter, love letter. Okay, goes with the theme. It's one of our post-it notes that folds up and shapes into an envelope. And I did that. I wrote on the back, love letter. You can open it up and read it. And all I done inside, it's very faded. You can see the blue of the love letter on the outside through it. I just wrote, dear baby, I love you. You know, simple little love letter type thing. Just to represent that, you know. So, and then I punched a hole in it. And then I got some of this, I think somebody gifted quite a good little bit of this red kind of candy cane striped baker's twine. And I tied that through it. I punched a hole in my page and tied it to my page. So that's my interactive thing about it. The next thing she wanted us to do was to sign, you know, the next step for 5, you know, day 5, I told you had 2 or 3 things to do, was to sign and date our page, somewhere on our page. So that's what I did there. I've got Sunday, November the 22nd, 2015, Shay Spillman. Now, my signing, I printed it. I didn't do the cursive writing like signing really is. I don't like how I write that way. I don't like how I write print either, but I think my printing is neater than cursive writing. So anyway, or real writing, however you're supposed to say it. Cursive may be for kids and real may be for grown-ups. I don't know. Well, I'm not a grown-up. I'm a kid, so there you go. So I did that, and then she said, on the back of your page, don't leave it blank, do something, anything. It's called free play, whatever you want to do. And she just kind of painted over hers. Shannon, I don't remember what she did on the back of hers. I can't remember. But for me, because I'm kind of anxious to get into painting, even though it was puff paint, I used my puff paint. And actually, I found this, because it's all about a love letter, right? And I think this was gifted to me, too. I don't remember who gifted me these things. Y'all might know. If you do, you can let me know. It was a pink ribbon that said love, love, love with hearts all on it, okay? So I cut it into 4 little strips and did like a border. So I glued one at the top, one at the bottom, and then one at each side. Then I took my puff paint, stay in the middle, hold it right and straight so they can see it, not crooked and out, and there's the light. Jeez. Anyway, and then with my puff paint, I tried my best to draw this pretty heart right here. Don't y'all see it? Ain't it so beautiful? It's over here. Anyway, I tried to draw the heart, and then in the yes, it aggravates me. I'm sorry. I wished it didn't. Rah! Anyway, I filled in the little middle one right there. So that was my back side. So that's my page. It's done. What do y'all think about it? Let me know. Do y'all think y'all would like to do this? If you do, I want to see it. Please. I want to see what you come up with. What, you know, thing on your page you circle and what pictures you pick out. And then the little interactive thing. I want to see it. Please do it, Becca. Please do this. Charlotte, please do this. I want to see y'all do it. Angela, would you consider doing this? Anybody else out there? Donna? Donna, you need to show us your work. I want to see it. Who else? does stuff that I can see, that comments a lot. Really, that's all. That shows me things. Donna don't show. Tammy don't show nothing. Who else don't show? Lena. Who else? I can't remember their names. Stephanie. Y'all need to do your work and show your work, please. Okay. So that's my page. I'm excited about it. So see what I mean about it being different? It's according to what book page you choose. You're always going to have something different on it to highlight and choose pictures for. And then you can always do a different type of interactive thing. And something different on the back. And I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. I'm excited. So that's my page. Let me know what y'all think. And I'm sorry this took forever. 3 videos now. The interruption phone call. Oh well. Enjoy watching it. And that's all I have for you for right now. So I'm done. I'm gone. Toodaloo.